after that, we may go for the question and answers. If anybody has any questions, you can ask the both speakers. So we'll continue with speaker two. So can we go ahead, sir? Okay. So yeah, over to Kushi for the second speaker introduction.
That was a really great session given by Lokesh HK, sir. Thank you so much. And now I would like to introduce the second speaker of the session, that is IPP Rotaractor Srinidhi SU, sir, the sixth president of Rotaract Club of Bangalore, Seshadri Puram. He took in charge as a president in 2019 and is considered to be one of the most successful presidents of the club, who brought in member strength, financial stability, and impactful projects. He has also served in Rotary District team. In 2019, he was the member of District Public Image Committee and Rotary District Literacy Committee. In 2020, he will be serving as the coordinator of Rotary District Literacy Committee, co-chair of Rotary District Literacy Committee, core committee member of IFRP. Apart from Rotaract, he is the founder director of Vidya Degula Educational and Developmental Academy, VEDA, and secretary of Reva University Alumni Association. He works as an assistant professor at an engineering college in Bangalore. His field of research is water and wastewater treatment engineering, solid and hazardous waste management, air and atmospheric pollution and climatic change, and space debris management. He has presented technical papers in national and international conferences and is a member of several technical and professional bodies. Few of the awards conferred on him are Principal Role of Honor 2012, Praja Pratibha Ratna 2012, Best Mentor Award 2018, Best Ongoing Student Award, Reva University 2018, and Champion of the Year 2019 by Rotary Club of Bangalore. We welcome you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kushi. So it's my utmost privilege in this August gathering to deliver a technical address. Probably this is my first technical address in the road track sphere. I have handled a lot of trainings. I have taken a lot of sessions with regard to the leadership development and road track. But coming to my field, this is the first opportunity which Jyoti Nivas, Road Track Club of Jyoti Nivas has given me, and I'm thankful. So in the presence of my role model Meera Ma'am, who is here and who has been pumping in energy through the chat box, and two giants, I can say, two giants of environmental engineering field, Lokesh sir. Have heard about you, sir, from my guide, Dr. Uday Simha sir, and my professor, Professor Pratima Pesaraju ma'am, who is here. Past President Krishna Arjun, Rotaractor Manju, President Babita, and other presidents and green ambassadors. Very happy to be here and address on a very important topic. You have rightly taken an important topic during this Deepavali time, but I gave a small piece of advice to your president, Babita, not to make it controversial so that there is no issues as such. And I guess you can see my bindi, so I'm not in support of any other, or I'm not in support of any sect or community. Let me make that clear. So sir has given a very detailed explanation with regard to the environmental problems which we are suffering, and also about the safe way and eco-friendly way of celebrating the Deepavali. So I will start my presentation and I will see that I'll keep it very short. I'll not take much of your time so that you all can have your dinner soon after this particular presentation. So I'll take you back to 4,000 years ago in our Yajurveda. We have one mantra pushpam, and in the mantra pushpam, one of the verses is Vayurva apa mayathanam ayathanavan bhavati yo vayor ayathanam veda ayathanavan bhavati apo vai vayor ayatanavan bhavati ya evam veda yopa mayatanam veda ayathanavan bhavati. So it says, air is the source of water. He who knows this becomes established in himself. Water is the source of air. He who knows this becomes established in himself. And this is the truth. And who understands the source of water becomes established in himself. The reason I brought this into picture here is 4,000 years ago, when we consider westernization is what brought science and technology to the forefront of the world, our Indians were aware of the importance of the natural elements, the Panchabhuta, what we call as, or the natural elements such as air, water, and earth. All these were of prime importance to our ancestors. But somewhere down the lane, we have missed a connection between the Vedic age and today, and we are trying to juggle in between a lot of confusions. So, to those who don't know where you are under the troposphere. There are so many layers of air in the atmosphere. So, atmosphere is one of the components, and troposphere is the closest to you, followed by the stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. By now, my friends, you would have thought in your mind, enough of your lecture. It's already dinner time. We need to get back to our work. So don't start an environmental engineering class here. I'll promise I will not start an environmental class, because I know the audience here are not from the professional or engineering background, but rather students who are willing to know more about the environment in a general way. So what is that we have done is this. You can see that the smoke is covering the sun which provides the energy, sun which is the source of energy. And I want to take you all back to a pic from 2019 BC, not before Christ, before Corona. So back then also people were wearing masks, and it was not because of Corona, but because of the air pollution. So who made this problem? We created it. Now, to talk about the source of air pollution, the main concept of what we are discussing here today, and something which you'll be experiencing, not even witnessing, you'll be experiencing it in the coming 2 to 3 days, is as per some of the studies which I have taken generally from the internet. I have not referred any technical papers, it's a general one taken from the internet. So dust and construction waste, or the construction of process, produces about 45% of air pollution, waste burning around 17%, transportation or automobiles around 14%, diesel generators 9%, industries 8%, and 7% domestic cooking. So we all know that we used firewood for cooking purpose for a very long time, and until recently we have been using several other sources of energy, such as biogas, or it may be the LPG cylinders, which have come into our houses through cylinders. Nowadays, the pipe connections are being given directly to the houses in city of Bangalore, and also induction stove and so on. But prior to that, it was firewood, which created a lot of air pollution. And even now, in some houses, in villages, we can consider a rural side or rural parts of India, we have domestic waste or domestic cooking as a source of air pollution. So again, all this menace is done by we human beings. Burning of garbage is a bad idea, but still we continue doing it because it is very easy. Either, as Sir was mentioning, Sir has actually given almost all the details required. There is actually nothing for me to talk about. But I'll be just summarizing whatever, because I have prepared the PPT, I'll be summarizing it. So burning of garbage is a bad idea. And we believe that we can get rid of our problems by either washing them down the water or by burning it. This is only two solutions which comes to our to a layman's mind. But it is a bad idea because we know the amount of smoke which is being produced over here, the air pollution which is being caused. Excuse me. All right. So this is another typical photograph. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Srinidhi, we
Thank
can.
you. So this is another typical photograph which you have experienced. Whatever I'm talking over here is what you experience, and my friends, I want you to get into that particular photo and experience it if in case you haven't. Imagine that you're standing right next to this particular place, covering your nose because of the dust which is being eliminated. The road is being constructed, flexible pavement we can call it as, and the jelly stones or the gravel has been, the subgrade has been laid, and they're about to lay the bitumen, and this is the dust which is raising up. So in Kannada, we have a wonderful term called as Godholi Samaya. For those who are Kannadigas, you will be understanding. For those who are new, even in Kannadigas, those who are new to Kannada, you will not understand. Godholi Samaya, Govu Dhulannu Ebbisuva Samaya. The evening time, whenever the cattle used to return to the houses, there used to be hundreds of cattle, and the movement of the cattle used to raise the uh, dust above. That was in the evening. So the evening was called as Godhuli Samaya in olden days. But here we are not seeing any cows, neither are we seeing the dust which is raised because of the cow, but it's because of the transportation, the vehicles. Then the drivers of the national economy, we give it a very good term. These industries are the ones which drive forward the national economy, and it is practically not possible to put a full stop to such industries which are polluting the environment, because productivity is must. We need products. Without products we cannot survive. So I want to share this with Lokesh sir. In my conversation with Dr. Ravi sir once, when he had come to my college, so I asked him, can't we shut down all the industries, sir? So he asked me, what will you do after that? After you shut down all the industries, where will you go to get the products from? Because he is also representing Karnataka's state pollution control board. It will shutting down the industries is not the solution, but we as engineers have to think of something else. So I remember that when I'm seeing this particular photo. So this is a must, but the pollution here is a problem. And with no offense to anyone, the wonderful smoke which comes out of the vehicles when we are traveling on the main roads, sometimes good enough to make us blind partially, is also one of the reasons for the pollution. And all of these are caused by us. This is a diesel generator. I couldn't get a better photo of it. I have just taken a modern generator which is putting out some smoke. And if at all it is an impartial or incomplete combustion, then we can consider it to be carbon monoxide also being released from it. So this is again one of our actions which causes air pollution. So now your question might be, is that all? Is that all you have got? You have been blaming that we have done so much, and you have been blaming on all the human beings along with yourself that we have done this mess. This photograph might be something which is very new to most of you. So this is a photograph which is taken from we could say, International Space Station. This is a layer of cloud. What I want to see you all to see here is this point in the center here. This is a launch vehicle. When the launch vehicles, or when the ISRO or any other space agencies, when they launch the vehicles, so that again releases some amount of pollutants to the atmosphere. So that is a photograph which I want to show, that science and technology also is somewhere bringing out pollutants into the atmosphere. So pollutants are those which are unwanted. So unwanted materials are being released into the atmosphere. And something those who are in North India would be very much familiar with this, and those who are in South India also can relate because of news channels giving information about this, the stubble burning, the burning of the dried crops, or the waste we can call it as, not exactly crops. After the crops, the yield has been taken out, whatever is remaining is burnt. Slash and burn was a agricultural practice used for hundreds of years by Indians, especially in North India. But the problem right now is this is not the time. The way you might have seen some memes in the social media, this is not the year for any more problems. We have already faced a lot. So again, this is not the time where we have to burn the stubble to get rid of it. So the reason why they burn the stubble is they get manure, or they get the ash has nitrogen and phosphorus content in it, which can be utilized for growing of the crops. But that would also result in production of lot of SOx and NOx, that is sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides. And that is what is causing a lot of problem in Delhi. It is choking the cities. So stubble burning cases in Punjab is 63,000, and you can see the amount is increasing. The smoke which is released in Punjab is traveling all the way to Delhi and causing a lot of problem in Delhi. And last, I'll come to Deepavali because that is the festival which is nearby. And I'm not going to call this only for Deepavali, but this is also with respect to maybe the elections, it may be the new year, or it may be Christmas or marriage ceremony or whatsoever it may be, the firecrackers. Firecrackers, again, sir has already explained what firecrackers are made up of, which are the materials which we use to bring out these firecrackers or to bring out these colors, and the sulfur which is being released, oxides which are being released is huge. And this is again a problem. So again, I'm not favoring any set of people. I'm talking in general because this itself has become a controversial issue. That's why I showed you my proof. This is a stamp for what I follow, and I'm not in favor of any other set of people. So estimation, now I want to show you the research papers, the research which has been conducted, one in Delhi, and this is the research which shows that the PM 2.5 particulate matter particles increase during Deepavali because of the firecrackers. And this research paper, this technical paper shows about how over the years in Hyderabad, because of the awareness, the last line of the abstract shows that compared to 2009, 2010 and 11 has comparatively lesser amount of pollution because of Deepavali. That is because awareness is being created among the people. So what? All this you said. So what are we supposed to do? This will be the basic attitude of, I was also in your place, to all the college students here. So I can relate myself. So what? What can we do? So this is what we have resulted in. This is from 2016, just 4 years down the lane. And in 2016, among the 15 most polluted countries of the world, 14 cities were from India. The only one, the 15th one is from Kuwait. The rest of all it is from India. And this is the amount of particulate matter 2.5. That is, this is a PM 2.5 matter which is value which is present, and consistently we have until 2016 we have the number of cases increasing. I did not give the recent data and I didn't want to show because I want to show the seriousness of where we have brought India to. Whatever we call as our motherland is now in this critical stage. According to WHO, that is World Health Organization report, air pollution in 2012 caused around 7 million people death worldwide. Something which we have to think of, something which has to resonate in our mind when we are planning to burn a cracker, when we are planning to utilize vehicles unwantedly, when we are planning to burn the garbage. We need to think of this. This is a photo of the lungs, or not exactly a photo, but an image of how the lungs will be affected and how the bronchioles will be squeezed or the volume will be reduced because of the air pollution and because of the high ozone level. None of us want to see our children like this. None of us want to see our the younger generations being asthmatic, being affected by the air pollution, having respiratory issues. It might be very simple for people to complain. I'm seeing the tug of war going on in the social media. They do it. Why shouldn't we do it? Deepavali comes once in a year, so on and so forth. I am completely for the religious practices. But when it comes to people, when it comes to this particular photograph, we will surely rethink whether whatever practices we are having, is it good for the health of people? There was one very absurd comment which I read in Facebook that during the monsoon some insects will rise, and to kill the insects the crackers, burning of crackers will help in the reduction of the population of insects. I couldn't find a scientific proof for that. So we need proofs, and this is one proof. This is a proof where we can say that our future generations are in trouble and we are the ones who are causing trouble to them. So those who are actually asthmatic will know the pain of surviving during the Deepavali days. Count me in. Since my childhood, I also have asthma, and for 3 days, I will usually lock myself in the house. avoid going out. I have not burnt crackers for 15 years. The reason is I cannot sustain coughing for the 3 to 4 days or beyond that for 1 week because of the crackers, the smoke of the crackers, or the pollution which is created in the surroundings. So it is always, I feel better to seclude myself from everyone. And when others are enjoying, I will feel, even today, I feel that staying indoors. Sometimes work calls me out, but this is a case of many, many people. So we need to rethink of what we are doing. Sir has touched global warming and it is very hot topic, so I'm not going to touch it again. So we have already created a lot of impact on the global warming on the average temperature of the earth and has destroyed the ecosystem altogether. So right now we are facing the problem because of it. Now, this is a very famous picture, or I would say this is a picture of a very famous monument from Delhi, and it is not seen. It is not because the photo is blur, it is because the environment is blur. This is the condition when smog occurs. Smoke combined with fog. So what happens? When the factories or automobiles or the domestic users, when they release the pollutants to the atmosphere, usually the layer closer to the earth will be warm, and as you go further until some layer of the atmosphere, I will not use the technical terms, until some height, the the temperature will get cooler. But when there is an inversion layer occurring, when there is a warm layer occurring on top where it's not supposed to be, then the smoke will be pushed down. For those who are observant, for those who are keen in your sense organs, last 2 evenings you might have smelled, I have felt this, I have experienced this, you might have smelled uh, uncomfortable odor, and you might have felt that there is partial visibility everywhere. There is smoke covering your areas. In my location, this had occurred. So inversion causes problem. So when inversion occurs, it results in the smog. Cities, we will not be able to see. Aeroplanes can't fly and people cannot breathe. So Delhi's air quality remains severe for the fifth day. No relief from smog for few days, warns IMD. I'm not talking about something which happened 2 years ago. I'm speaking of what is happening at current. You can see the date November 9th, 2020. Just 3 days ago, this particular article was released. So you can understand the amount of problem which we are already suffering. Let me take you back, or let me bring you back to Bangalore. So our city has also had this problem, and this is from 2017, an old report which shows that because of some amount of awareness which is created, there has been reduction in the firecrackers burning, but still there is complaint of smog, and you will face and you will experience this in the coming week. Be brace yourself for it because of our own mistakes. So now your question to me might be, are we alone to be blamed? Is it only us who are causing air pollution? You can also show me these photos and tell, see, there are volcanoes which erupt and which produces air pollution. Sulfur is being thrown out like anything in this particular photo. And you can also show the forest fires and tell there is a natural disaster and that is causing a lot of air pollution. But it is we who are to feel guilty. If you ask me why we should feel guilty, look at this particular graph which shows before the lockdown of because of corona, the particulate matter or the air quality index, I'll not call particulate matter, the air quality index in Delhi was 494. It was in a severe condition, very severe, extreme condition, we can call it as. And soon after the lockdown was brought, the air quality index started becoming better. The air became better. So 191, 124. In March, it was 124. There was a reduction. Nowadays, again, it is increasing. That's a different scenario. But when we were locked, Earth was recovering. That's a major fact which we all have to accept. So now, one more question which my friends can pose. I stay indoors, so I'm safe. Home sweet home. Again, there is a problem. there is problem of indoor air pollution. So along with destroying the outside environment, inside our house also we have brought in a lot of air pollution, maybe because of the dust or the molds, the pollen grain, dust mites, and airborne particles like the diesel exhaust, smoke from outside, indoor formaldehyde, household odors and gases, ozone from outdoor air, carbon dioxide from people who are living inside the house. So indoor air pollution also occurs. The hydrofluorocarbons, HCFs or CFCs, what we call as, which are helpful in causing or cooling, it's used as a coolant, air conditioning. We need to stay cool inside the house, but knowingly or unknowingly, we are creating a lot of damage to the entire planet just because we want to stay safe, we want to stay healthy. So I recently conducted my research with respect to indoor air pollution, and I will skip these results. This is the particulate matter which are found. Let me show you only this particular photo here. The graph is at the peak, and this is during the time when the puja was being conducted. You can see in the indoor, inside the house, there is a severe or heavily polluted state. 265 is the air quality index inside the house when the camphor is being burnt. Now, I'm not telling burning of camphor is bad, so please do not mistake me. I'm just trying to show how the condition of air will be when certain practices of our uh, of us is being conducted. Don't stop it. I'm speaking about the puja. Don't stop. The pujas and burning of camphor, but it's just for you to understand about the indoor air pollution. So someone very badly requires help, someone who loves us very fondly, and we have taken it for granted, we have overutilized it, and it needs help. What can we do? So we can reduce the air pollution by planting more trees, by using electric vehicles, by environmental friendly vehicles like bicycles, by using alternate sources of energy and using public transport. Now, since Sir has spoken in length about the firecrackers, I'm not going to touch that topic, but again, it is a request for the benefit of all. Try to reduce burning of the crackers. If you can stop it completely, it will be the best. I have put a photo of a very famous personality. Probably most of you might be able to identify it. Since I represent the Rotract and the Rotary, I have to mention his efforts through the Rotary Lalbagh when he brought out Project Avani, and he told that this is Mr. Rotarian Prakash Belawadi, who said that he's going to bring out a change in the atmosphere of India, of Bangalore, and he wants to reduce the air pollution in Bangalore. He has made a wonderful plan, and that is the reason I have put his photo. I want you all to go through this project Avani, details of which either myself or probably Manju can share it later on to you all. And that is our film star, Mr. Yash, who has supported Gida Nedi Challenge. Let us grow plants. So now I'll be talking on as road tractors, what can you do? Most of you here are road tractors of different clubs, Jyoti Nivas College being the host club here, and other presidents of other clubs of District 3190 are here. So please keep it in your mind that you take the responsibility of serving your motherland, of serving your society. And if you see or if you ask, what can I do? You will not get an answer, but think of, I have to do something and this is what I have to do. And you will be getting a lot of options. So planting of trees. Manju has, Rotractor Manjunath Nag has already initiated a lot of projects with respect to planting of saplings, and various other projects have been, most of the clubs also have already taken it up. I will not name any club right now, but I appreciate your efforts in planting of saplings in and around your houses. Then this is from the Lions Club, who have kept an indoor air pollution filter. They have tried to I will not again speak about the technical aspects of it. You can, if you're interested, go through it. So this is something which service organizations can do. Then you have Dave Han, who carried the Himalayan Stove project logo to Himalayas, and the Rotary has supported this particular project as well. So renewable energy resources are being utilized, and road tractors. We spoke about Rotary. What can we as road tractors do? we are clueless. So you can see examples here. It starts with you. This is, I cannot read the name of the Rotaract Club here. It is kind of blur, but these are the projects from different Rotaract clubs. One, through public awareness, they are asking to use public transportation to reduce air pollution. The other has created a carpooling awareness drive. Then there is a capture the festival moments in order to create an awareness again. And then our own Rotaract Raj Mahal Villas and RIMS, Ramaya Institute of Management, has done this Green Diwali celebration. The poster which I found in Google, I have just put it here to show that we can, as presidents, as Rotaractors of different clubs, if not individually, as a team, you can. If you feel that as a team you are not able to, start from you. You individually can bring out a change. A very meaningful and a thoughtful photograph. So we are going to hand over the earth to the next generation. And it is our responsibility that we hand over the earth, which is good enough for them to survive. So we can blame, name, shame our ancestors for whatever they have done, maybe good or bad. But what are we going to do when we give our earth to the future generations? Most of your youngsters, you have a future, you're going to have children later on, and the children whom, or your children and grandchildren, let them not remember you for the bad causes. Let them remember you for the right cause, for giving them a better earth. This is my time. Wishing you all a very happy Deepavali. Celebrate it well and inspire the younger generations, inspire yourself to go green. Let us save the environment for our own future. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hand it over back to the president. Rotaractor Manjunath ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, thank you.